Welcome back to The Explainer. So if you're a developer or, studying to become one, you absolutely know the grind. The late nights debugging, the sudden, sweeping paradigm shifts in frameworks, the fact that centering a div still somehow feels like dark magic. Today, we're bringing you something incredibly practical. We're taking a massive amount of data, drawing from lists that rank the absolute best web development blogs out there, and distilling over 80 recommended sites into the absolute essentials. We're going to give you a high-energy, fast-paced breakdown of exactly what you should be reading to stay sharp. But right off the bat, I've got a pretty serious question for you. Are your coding skills already obsolete? I know, it's an aggressive hook, but it's the reality we all face. Technology moves incredibly fast. What was a cutting-edge front-end framework 3 years ago might literally be legacy code today. There's a very real, very valid fear of missing out on rapid tech trends. You can't just graduate, get a job, and stop reading. The very moment you stop absorbing new information, your skills start gathering dust. And this brilliantly illustrates the flip side of the problem. 600 million. That is the staggering volume of blogs currently scattered across the internet right now. Every single day, millions of new posts are published. The sheer abundance of information is just completely overwhelming. As a developer, it's incredibly easy to drown in the noise. You want to stay updated, sure, but there isn't enough coffee in the entire world to help you sift through 600 million blogs just to find a front-end tutorial on React hooks or figure out server-side Node.js error handling. Which actually brings us to this incredible quote from Henry Ford. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. It just perfectly captures the essence of a career in software development. Facing the rapid evolution of technologies over the last few decades, developers absolutely must stay well informed, unless they want to be left behind entirely. Continuous education isn't just a nice to have, right? It's the lifeblood of your career.
Okay, so let's dive right into this. Today, we're cutting through that massive wall of digital noise to give you the ultimate developer reading list. We're going to categorize the absolute best of the best, tell you exactly why they matter, and highlight what you can actually learn from them, ranging from beginner tutorials all the way up to massive enterprise-scale engineering solutions.
Section 1. The fast-paced tech world. Why dev blogs matter. We know technology moves fast, but why blogs? Why not just rely on official documentation or formal courses? Well, because blogs provide the immediate, real-world community updates that static documentation so often misses. There is an expected global community of 28.7 million web developers. Think about that for a second. That is massive competition. When you're competing in a pool of nearly 30 million people, you need an edge. You need to know the latest best practices, the newest tools, and the most efficient workflows. Reading what industry leaders are actually doing out there in the field is exactly how you stand out from that massive crowd. And you certainly won't be alone in doing so. An overwhelming 77% of internet users actively engage with blogs. They are absolute pillars of information dissemination. They aren't just, personal diaries anymore. They are professional platforms where developers convene to share experiences, pose queries, and engage in collective real-time learning. Section 2. Top front-end resources. Synthesizing the data. Let's move on and see how this builds. So, which one should you actually spend your precious time on? Instead of reading off 80 different domain names, we've grouped the best of the best by your career stage to build a comprehensive learning path. For beginners, you have hubs like FreeCodeCamp and CodeNewbie. These are phenomenal for learning responsive web design, basic JavaScript, and even hearing podcasts about people's real experiences learning to code. In the middle, for advanced learning, you've got heavy hitters like Smashing Magazine and CSS Tricks. These sites dive deep into front-end coding, offering really complex guides on CSS layout, UI, UX, and how to build scalable components. And finally, Corporate, featuring the Netflix Tech Blog and Etsy's Code is Craft. This is where you see how code actually operates at a global scale. Now, what's really interesting here is the fascinating contrast in how we learn. On one side, you've got community-driven hubs like Dev.to and Stack Overflow. Dev.to is actually built on open source software called Forum, which is designed specifically to empower communities. It's a highly collaborative, open problem-solving network. On the other hand, you have editorial curation. Sites like Smashing Magazine and CSS Tricks feature highly polished, expert-written tutorials. One gives you the raw communal pulse of the industry, while the other gives you deeply vetted professional guides. And honestly, a well-rounded developer needs both. Section 3. Inside tech giants' minds. Learning from the biggest. This is arguably the most fascinating category. If you want to know how top-tier companies solve massive, mind-bending skill problems, just look at the cutting-edge tech being explored behind the scenes here. The Netflix Tech blog details exactly how they connect Linux kernel panics to pods while building out their container platform. It's an incredible look at their core infrastructure. Then there's Etsy's blog, Code is Craft. They don't just talk about e-commerce. They detail how they brought augmented reality to life in their iOS app, so users could literally visualize artwork on their walls. They also dive into managing time series data in machine learning feature systems. And Facebook engineering? They're writing about transitioning Android development to Kotlin, reinforcing WhatsApp's end-to-end encryption, and even building custom silicon hardware tailored specifically for artificial intelligence. Reading these is basically like looking into the future of tech.
Section 4. Level up your workflow. Tools for the trade.
Because let's face it, writing code is only half the battle, right? The rest is deployment and user experience. These specific resources go way beyond pure coding to get you actionable improvements for your daily tasks. The UserSnap blog is essential for unlocking the power of user feedback, bug tracking, and quality assurance. If you want to refine how your product actually feels to the end user, start there. Then there's Detailed.com. Meticulously curated by full-time search analysts, it provides a really comprehensive view of SEO trends and cloud computing. They even offer a free SEO extension for Google Chrome to give you insights with just a single click. And finally, LogRocket, which is absolutely brilliant for monitoring how visitors interact with your website so you can constantly iterate and improve. These blogs are what ensure your pristine code actually results in a successful, searchable, and usable product.
Section 5. Your action plan. Take charge today.
It's super easy to just close this explainer and go right back to what you were doing, but I want to give you some immediate homework. Here is exactly how you implement this reading list into your daily routine. Step 1. Pick your niche. Are you focused on front-end, back-end, machine learning, or SEO? Identify it. Step 2. Bookmark 3 blogs right now that fit that niche. Maybe it's CSS Tricks, Dev.to, and the Netflix Tech blog. Put them in a folder right on your bookmarks bar so they're always there. Step 3. Dedicate just 15 minutes a day to reading them. Read an article over your morning coffee or while your code is compiling. Just make it a habit.
And finally, Section 6. Keep learning or fade. The outro. So the crucial point is this. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to reflect on the core philosophy that truly separates an average coder from a highly successful web developer. It's perpetual learning. It's the recognition that mastery of web development is not a finite achievement. It's an ongoing odyssey. Getting your degree or landing that first job is literally just the beginning. Staying updated is a lifelong professional requirement. The tech landscape will shift, frameworks will rise and fall, but if you're tapped into these resources, you will always be ready to adapt. Before we sign off today, I want to leave you with one final lingering thought to ponder. We've distilled 80 blogs down to the absolute essentials today, covering everything from community hubs to massive corporate engineering diaries. But hey, everyone's tech stack is different. So what essential developer blog do you think is missing from this list? Let me know, share your go-to resources with the community, and keep the conversation going. Keep learning, keep coding, and I'll see you in the next explainer.